Darling in the Franxx is one of the most talked about anime of the season, and apart from its interesting premise, part of its success can be credited to the poster child, 02. She's the outgoing free spirit character that does things her way, and her personality really stands out. It was made apparent in the first episode that she will play a large role in the overall plot. However, as much as she's shown to be an independent character, I believe the subtext of her actions show a different side of her. Darling in the Franxx has a pretty obvious adolescent romance theme throughout it. Therefore, taking that into consideration, as well as how some of the other characters are portrayed, I came to the conclusion that 02 is actually a very insecure character, and that her insecurities are a result of her physical appearance. 02 is not human, and her horns make that obvious for anyone who comes in contact with her. She's seen as a monster based on her appearance and not her personality. 02 presents herself as cold to others and with no real connections. This is most likely a defense mechanism on her part to keep herself from getting close to anyone, because they usually end up dying or just outcast her because of her horns. Keeping the romantic elements in mind, 02 is presented as someone who's had a very unsuccessful love life. She's generally unwanted due to her physical appearance, and the few she does build a relationship with by way of piloting the Franxx end up leaving her shortly after. This explains why she's overly attached to Hiro, as she views him as someone she can have a relationship with. I'll admit, on my first watching of the show, I misunderstood 02's infatuation with Hiro, as the narrative pushing the main characters together for the sake of plot progression. However, after revisiting the series for this video and taking a closer look at 02, I think I can understand her character a little better. Her infatuation with Hiro begins with their first encounter. When Hiro first sees 02, he doesn't react to her horns. Instead, he tries to save her from drowning. When she learns Hiro lost his partner, she tells him they are the same, and because Hiro was the first person not to be afraid of her horns, she wants him to be her partner. At first glance, this can be seen as 02 taking the initiative by choosing her own partner rather than accepting the partner she's been assigned to. But on closer inspection, I believe the reason she took such an interest in Hiro is because unlike the others, he doesn't judge her based on her appearance. She sees him as someone who can potentially get to know the real her. For the most part, 02 is depicted as an independent character who's normally calm and collective. However, we do see her act emotionally when her humanity is called into question. An example of this is the elevator scene in episode 4. Her colleague tells her she is special, to which she immediately responds if it's because she's not human. 02, who has been shown to be aloof and easygoing throughout the series, gets easily offended when she thinks she's being criticized by what she is rather than who she is. In episode 5, the leader of Squad 26 tells everyone how 02 doesn't care about her allies, and that her recklessness got his partner killed. To which she responds with, "Weaklings die, big deal." This further pushes the idea she only cares about herself and lives for herself. However, in episode 4, she asks Hiro to run away with her, to which she ends the conversation by saying she was just kidding, but then brings it up again when she finds him taking a bath. It's an interesting relationship she has developed with Hiro, because although she seems detached from everyone else, she is constantly pursuing him. This almost suggests that 02 is desperate to have anyone in her life, so she clings on to the first person who isn't put off by her appearance. In that same scene, Hiro ends up being taken back by her horns, as he's afraid to pilot with her again because he might end up dying like her other partner did. 02 asks if he's afraid of her horns, and then she tells him, "You're just like everybody else." It seems like up to this point, 02 hadn't even considered the possibility of Hiro changing his mind about her, since she was already willing to run away with him, only to be stopped by his reaction to her horns, and be reminded of how her physical characteristics are what are keeping her from being able to get close to anyone. There are plenty of other examples where 02's insecurities are shown, such as when she's confronted by Ichigo, and when Hiro tells her to pilot the Franxx with Mitsuru. These again are examples of her being perceived as a monster, and Hiro distancing himself from her. However, a more direct example is in episode 6, when Hiro and 02 are fighting the Klaxosaur. 02 tells Hiro it's because of her horns that she's always been alone. Her statement confirms that she blames her appearance for her loneliness, and that being alone is an issue for her. Although she puts on a persona of someone who doesn't need others, the reality is she's in need of someone who can look past what she looks like and form a real connection with her. I don't think having 02 being depicted as an insecure character is bad by any means. In fact, it adds a new layer to her character and gives her great potential to grow. When I first watched Darling in the Franxx, I compared 02 to Haruku Haruhara from FLCL, because both of them were very confident characters who lived by their own rules. However, after closer inspection, I would say 02 is closer to C2 from Code Geass, because both of them keep others at bay and have internal issues to overcome. As the writing of this video, there are 6 episodes of Darling in the Franxx out, and I'm looking forward to continuing the series to see if my speculation of 02's character are correct. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, And please be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video. I'm also interested in your thoughts about 02, so leave those in the comment section. If you guys want to chat with me directly, please be sure to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord server. I'll have links in the description. For anyone who's looking for a different perspective on 02's character, I recommend checking out Mukiwara Neko's video. I'll link that in the description as well. And of course be sure to subscribe so you won't miss any of my future videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.